Welcome to State of Events. I'm John Wilson.
And I'm Jenna Berkman. Thanks for joining us.
New questions are being raised about the foundation of the Bay Bridge. State of Events reporter Sepana Gil-Sarup is live in San Francisco with the full story. Sepana?
The pillars behind me that hold up the bridge are made up of hundreds of steel rods. Now, these steel rods are meant to absorb the shock if an earthquake were to hit. The eastern span of the Bay Bridge is raising questions about its seismic safety. A steel rod in the base of the bridge failed a pull test performed by Caltrans on Friday. Senior Inspector Mike Porter explains.
Once we got done testing and we looked at all the different lengths, we discovered this one that was short,
suggesting that the rods may have already snapped due to corrosion. These rods are protected by concrete sleeves. Now, signs of a botched sealing job were apparent last year when Caltrans had to drain fresh water from them. But now water tests show signs of salt water seeping in, which means that corrosion will happen at a much faster pace. Caltrans officials want people to know that the bridge is safe, and they're working to make sure that it stays that way. Live in San Francisco, I'm Sepana Gil-Sarup, San Francisco State of Events.
Thanks, Sepana. Just over 2 weeks after thousands died in a mammoth earthquake, Nepal got hit hard again Tuesday with a magnitude 7.3 quake. The temblor added to the damage and destruction despite being less powerful than last month's 7.8 magnitude earthquake. This earthquake destroyed buildings and caused a landslide that was caught on camera. The U.S. Geological Survey says the new temblor struck eastern Nepal near the border with China. 2,500 wells in California are injecting polluted water into the ground. A lawsuit was filed last week that allows this to continue until 2017. This pumping of water is known as fracking, which is affecting the underground water supplies. Only 23 of the 2,500 have been shut down by the government. California will be the first state to implement environmental guidelines when operating desalination plants. Water agencies will have to figure out the best way to draw water from the sea and make it drinkable without harming marine life. Concord is making plans to build a plant that would serve every major water agency in the Bay Area, including San Francisco. An abundant number of starfish babies offer hope for the survival of their kind. A disease has been wiping out millions of starfish up and down the West Coast. While the number of adult starfish has greatly declined, scientists are discovering a growing number of babies. It is still unknown whether the disease will have an effect on the juveniles. Police in Southern California are looking for the person responsible for making sea lions sick. 15 sea lions were poisoned by chlorine that was poured into a saltwater pool at the Pacific Marine Mammal Center in Laguna Beach. The police and the Marine Center both say they don't understand what the motive behind the crime is.
We can't really understand how someone could have a grudge against the animals, or whatever it was, how they could hurt the animals. That's just unbelievable. That's like hurting human babies. You know, you just don't do that.
The contamination left the affected sea lions with varying degrees of corneal ulcerations. 8 have already healed, but 7 are still being treated by veterinarians. Whoever is responsible faces federal and state charges, including $20,000 in fines and possible jail time. Protesters voiced their opinion in 2 local political meetings. We'll show you where. And later, more candidates have entered the 2016 presidential campaign. Reporter Anya Komisarek will show us who.
Hello, my name's Penny. I think people shouldn't do drugs. They can make you forget things, like which animals have stripes. And your body might get clumsier, so you can't jump rope as good. Drugs can get you in big trouble. You could go to principal's office or go to jail. Then you can't watch TV or eat pizza. Recess is good. Hamsters are good. Birthday parties are real good. Drugs are bad. I wouldn't do drugs.
Donate to Habitat for Humanity Greater San Francisco and let your change become the change a family needs. Habitat for Humanity Greater San Francisco, building homes and hope in Marin, San Francisco, and the Peninsula.
Before City Car Share, we were spending a lot of money on gas and insurance. I felt like I had to check my bank account every time I went driving.
City Car Share is great because the membership includes insurance and a gas card. I don't even know why we owned a car in the Bay Area.
Now we just have more money to spend on other things.
City Car Share is an important part of our lives.
City Car Share gives you the benefits of using a car
without the hassles of owning one.
Welcome back to State of Events. An event came to Santa Clara, and no, it wasn't the 49ers game. Erica Cataray has the details.
When I was 7 years old, I was trafficked. He raped me and sold me to other men for sex.
The Freedom Summit, which is an anti-human trafficking conference, was held in Santa Clara this year. There are various speakers, artists, and survivors who unite to try to end this modern-day slavery. According to the California Department of Justice, human trafficking is a $32 billion business worldwide.
So far, my office has prosecuted over 400 traffickers. We want kids to be educated, not scared. We want them to be educated about what this is and what can happen. So if they ever get approached, or someone they know gets approached, they have a better awareness for themselves.
Now, the Freedom Summit is being held here at Levi Stadium. This is exactly where the 2016 Super Bowl will take place next year. According to police, victims of human trafficking tend to get moved to anywhere where there will be a lot of men, such as these huge sporting events. Human trafficking is already a 24/7 problem. However,
when the Super Bowl comes, the attention to the issue is going to be heightened in an unprecedented way. And we feel like that's a prime opportunity. And that's happened with other large sporting events.
The 2016 Super Bowl in San Francisco will be a unique opportunity for a call to action against human trafficking.
Representative Jackie Spear mentioned how they are trying to train everyone to recognize and report potential human trafficking cases and to be prepared. Law enforcement officers, airports, and taxi and shuttle drivers will be coordinating with each other.
Yes, we've done several things to prepare for Super Bowl. We sent a contingent of officers to observe Super Bowl 49, and we observed what they did. And what we learned was communication is very important between all agencies involved.
For State of Events, I'm Erica Cataray.
Stop building condos and stop the evictions. That's what hundreds of protesters wanted to make clear to Mayor Ed Lee as they took over City Hall on Saturday. We go to reporter Viviana Cruz for more details. Viviana?
Thanks, John. Well, the protest came just 3 days after Mission District Supervisor David Campos introduced a new ordinance. The new ordinance would temporarily halt market housing development in the Mission for 45 days. Emotions ran high as hundreds of Mission residents and anti-eviction supporters took over City Hall on Saturday. As longtime Mission resident Roberto Hernandez puts it, enough is enough.
We are sick and tired of being sick and tired. We're here to demand that the mayor and the board of supervisors declare a state of emergency, put a temporary moratorium on evictions, and put a moratorium on any luxury condos being built.
Marilyn Duran is part of Plaza 16 Coalition, and she tells me they're there to fight the monster in the Mission.
We don't want that monster in the Mission. We don't need any more luxury condos. We have enough. We need affordable housing for working class families who are here every day striving to live here, and the city is not doing anything to keep them here.
The measure presented by Supervisor Campos is an attempt to address some of the concerns these Mission residents are expressing. The moratorium would halt permits and market housing developments. It would also give the city an opportunity to identify revenue sources for affordable housing. However, critics of the ordinance, such as Mayor Lee and the SF Housing Action Coalition, argue that bringing market rate housing to a halt would create further displacement. In San Francisco, for State of Events, I'm Viviana Cruz. However, it could be a long shot. In order for the ordinance to be approved, it has to be approved by 9 supervisors. As of right now, David Campos only has the support of 5. Reporting live from Holloway, I'm Viviana Cruz for State of Events.
Thanks, Viviana. Last Tuesday, an Oakland City Council meeting was scheduled to vote to sell city-owned land on East 12th Street to a developer proposing 298 luxury apartments. Within seconds, the meeting was shut down. More than 75 protesters rushed in and locked themselves to their seats and to each other. The group held banners that read "Development without displacement" and "Black Power, no blaxploitation," while chanting, "I believe that the people will win." According to SF Gate, some members of the council stuck around to hear what the protesters had to say.
The end of the school year is approaching. However, one school is fighting to stay open. Reporter Christian Franklin has more. Christian?
Thank you, John. City College of San Francisco has been fighting to keep its accreditation for nearly 3 years. Students and faculty have been working together to save CCSF from being shut down. Wednesday, May 6, about 200 students occupied the administration building of City College. One of the students, Lalo Gonzalez, was there to demand program cuts be reversed and that the special trustee running the school be removed.
We've seen more egregious cuts in policies to our community. Thousands of more students are being kicked out, more classes being closed, diversity studies being jeopardized.
Board of Trustees Raphael Mandelman says CCSF has a long ways before their fight is over.
Where we are now, and I'm not going to sugarcoat this for you, it is going to take time, and I think it will likely take years for City College to fully recover from its recent near-death experience.
City College will finally be restored if by October 2016 the institution meets all eligible requirements and submits a self-evaluation report. Live in San Francisco, I'm Christian Franklin. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Christian. Facebook is once again in hot water with the LGBT community. A group of drag queens is protesting to ban Facebook from the 2015 Pride Parade. They're arguing it's because of Facebook's flawed policy restricting people from using aliases. The LGBT community says their names are constantly being reported. A petition has been started to ban Facebook from both parades in late June.
Summer is on its way to the Bay. That means an abundance of festivals are on their way to San Francisco. As for the month of May, the Yerba Buena Gardens Festival will be going on all month. The SF International Beer Festival, Beta Breakers, and Carnival are among the most popular for May. For more information or to know what festivals go on throughout the year, visit sanfrancisco.com/travel.
The 2016 presidential election is getting closer. Reporter Anya Komisarek has more on the presidential candidates. Anya?
Thank you, John. The New York Times recently created a chart that shows both the Democratic and Republican presidential ticket thus far. The Democrats have confirmed both Hillary Clinton and also Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, whom are 100% in for the presidential ticket. Others that are considering running are former Maryland Governor Martin O'Malley and former Senator Jim Webb. Elizabeth Warren has confirmed she is not running. The Republican ticket is a little heavier with 6 confirmations from candidates. Some include Texas Senator Ted Cruz, Kentucky Senator Rand Paul, son to Ron Paul, as well as former business executive to HP, Carly Fiorina. Others include former Florida Governor and son to George Bush Sr., Jeb Bush, who has not confirmed his run for presidency. Mitt Romney will not be running again. The election is already off to a great start, and best of luck to all of them. I'm Anya Komisarek for State of Events.
Coming up, one San Francisco nonprofit is using buses to help the homeless.
Plus, one well-known business is growing while another American staple is shrinking.
That's next on State of Events.
When it's time to choose healthcare for your teen, you want the best. When it's time for your teen's questions to be answered, you want a professional you can trust. At Valencia Health Services, your time is well spent. We provide professional, quality healthcare. Valencia Health Services, dedicating quality time to professional healthcare because your teen's health is our first priority. Valencia Health Services, quality time because we care. When it's time to choose healthcare for your child, you want the best. When it's time for an important medical decision, you want a professional you can trust. At Valencia Health Services, your time is well spent. We provide professional quality healthcare. Valencia Health Services, dedicating quality time to every child, every visit. Committed to professional healthcare because your child's health is our first priority. Valencia Health Services, quality time because we care.
There are many important days in your child's life. Their first birthday, their first big game, their first day of school. Choosing the right school for your child sets them on a path for success. Apply on time. It's for your family's future.
Welcome back to State of Events. A woman who has tried to sneak on multiple planes has been arrested again. Reporter Christy Reno is live in the studio for more. Christy?
Thanks, John. Bay Area resident Marilyn Hartman has been arrested twice at Chicago's International Airport. She was caught trying to sneak onto a plane without a ticket. In recent years, she has attempted to board flights and has succeeded once in San Jose. This time, she was caught lingering in a restricted area near a ticket counter. Hartman was sentenced to a year of court supervision and is being held in jail. When she was arrested in August, she said that she suffers from mental illnesses and was diagnosed with depression. She has been in treatment but has recently stopped attending. Hartman also has said she is homeless and feels safer in airports. Reporting in the studio for State of Events, I'm Christy Reno. Back to you.
Thanks, Christy. Canadian Omar Khadr, who was the youngest Guantanamo Bay detainee, was released last Thursday. Khadr was taken into custody at 15 years old for killing a U.S. soldier. He spent 10 years in Guantanamo Bay Detention Center for the crime. The Canadian judge didn't agree with the American request to stop his release for his U.S. war crimes. The judge granted him bail, and he was free to go.
For many, a shower is part of a daily routine. But for thousands of homeless in San Francisco, a shower is an unreachable luxury. Reporter Oscar Maciel explains how one service is on the road to changing that. Oscar?
Thanks, John. Well, according to a recent count, there are over 6,000 homeless living in San Francisco, but there are only about 16 public showers available to them. Lava Mae, a local nonprofit, is using a shower on a bus to change those numbers.
The Lava Mae bus is more than just a bus. And it's about more than just taking a shower.
It's a huge opportunity to eliminate obstacles. So if you're trying to apply for a job, you can't get clean. Or if you're trying to keep a job, which a lot of the people we serve are trying to do, or even just maintaining health and well-being, or just, like I said, reconnecting with your dignity.
Through donations and sponsors, the nonprofit transformed a Munibus into a shower on wheels. The bus caters to the homeless community throughout San Francisco. All the water Lava Mae uses is purchased from the city. A small price to pay for a greater investment.
So we say that we're in the business of hospitality more than anything else. We're out here to be warm and gracious, to be friendly, to make these connections, and to help people access this in a way that's going to make them feel really good about themselves.
And for the team at Lava Mae, that means helping one shower at a time.
Lava Mae plans to have 4 buses up and running by the end of the year, but their main goal is to have buses all over the world. Back to you, Jenna.
All right, Oscar. San Francisco nightlife has one less thing to worry about. The city's Board of Supervisors agreed on legislation recently that keeps residents from suing over noise complaints. The new law requires developers to take the businesses into account and inform new tenants about them before they move in. In the past, businesses like Slim's and the Makeout Room received complaints and even consequences over noise. But now it's okay to turn up the music.
Fox announced that American Idol will go off the air after its 15th season next spring. The series dominated TV since 2002. Host Ryan Seacrest and judges Jennifer Lopez, Keith Urban, and Harry Connick Jr. will return for the season. Fox Television Group co-chairman and CEO Gary Newman promises a season-long celebration, including previous contestants and judges, to celebrate the show's legacy and final year.
Yelp might be for sale again. An anonymous tip to the Wall Street Journal has caused speculations as to who the potential buyers might be, including Google, Yahoo, and other big names, as well as some foreign firms. Yelp spokesperson Shannon Ives denies such claim, saying, "We don't comment on rumors or speculation." Google tried to buy Yelp back in 2009 for approximately $500 million.
Whole Foods stock fell more than 9% after the grocery retailer announced a new chain of stores. The company gave few details, but said they will offer all natural foods at lower prices. The new, smaller stores will be geared toward 18 to 34-year-olds. Whole Foods plans a bigger reveal this summer, but says the stores will be tech-savvy and more streamlined. Stores will begin opening next year.
Fast food giant McDonald's is revamping its image. Poor sales forced hamburger chain to close 700 stores. Customers are choosing restaurants with healthier options. The company announced it will stop using antibiotics in its chickens. Also, 9 McDonald's restaurants in California are testing kale breakfast bowls.
Golden retrievers are being studied to find out why their lifespans have gotten shorter over the years. 40 years ago, golden retrievers lived an average of 16 to 17 years. Today, it's only 9 or 10. Cancer has become a prevalent cause of death for these dogs. A Colorado-based animal foundation is conducting the study with 3,000 golden retrievers across the U.S. Health conditions and environmental factors are being reviewed. The findings can help other breeds and even people, since humans carry 95% of the same DNA.
Coming up next on State of Events, Tom Brady is facing penalties over Deflategate.
And one company has created an app that will block you from seeing anything related to a famous family. That's up next.
At first, I was a bit hesitant to try it.
To tell you the truth, I didn't think I'd fit in. But I kept pushing her and she ended up loving it.
I was surprised. It was an amazing experience.
And now we do it at least twice a month.
I've even gotten most of my friends to do it.
If you do it enough, you can get a great deal on the price.
Why didn't we think of this before?
It's a stimulating experience.
The Z-Space Studio.
Word for word.
Z-Space Studio, word for word, stimulation guaranteed. See you at the theater.
Chances of playing in the NFL, 1 in 1,500. Chances of becoming a pop star, 1 in 3,000. Chances of becoming a Hollywood actor, 1 in 5,000. Chances of getting into a school of your choice are better than 4 in 5. First round enrollment. It's for your family's future.
Welcome back to State of Events. I'm Ashley Keene with sports. The NFL has suspended quarterback Tom Brady without pay for the first 4 games of next season. The league also fined the New England Patriots $1 million and took away 2 draft picks for deflating footballs used in the AFC title game. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell stated that he supported the punishment issued by the league. This is the second time in 8 years that the Patriots have been punished for violating league rules. Brady did not comment on his suspension. In San Francisco, Giants have been missing someone in particular this season. Hunter Pence, who suffered from a forearm injury in March, has missed the entirety of the season so far. He was recently sent to the Giants' AAA affiliate in Sacramento, where he will gradually get back onto the field for the first time since his injury. In an interview, Pence stated, "It's been progressing. That's a good sign. I'm able to swing hard." Bochy has not given an exact timeline of when he will return, but things are looking up for the outfielder. 2 SF State baseball players accomplished something in their careers that no one else ever has. And a lot of it had to do with their connection on the field. John Wilson shows us why team chemistry and making history go hand in hand.
Records were made to be broken. In the final game of the season, SF State catcher Mark Lindsay became the college's all-time career hits leader with 213.
It's a pretty cool thing, you know. Not a lot of people get to say that they're the top of the leaderboard, that they've had the most hits of all time, nonetheless just to be on the top 10 list of any program or of any team. So it's a pretty cool thing.
And when Mark's not setting records, he's on the receiving end of them. Corey Davis, the closer for SF State, finishes his career as the university's all-time saves leader with 21.
It was a record that stood for 20-something years. Being able to come out and had the opportunity to really just come out there, get saves, help my team out, and really just kind of put my names in the book here at San Francisco State. It's a great accomplishment.
For their careers, Corey's mowed down a lot of hitters from the mound. And Mark's made a lot of contact against the competition, but these battery mates say they've both benefited from each other.
Me and Corey have a good reputation, good chemistry together, so it's pretty fun when me and him get to go out there and battle together.
Like, he's my dude. He's my guy back there. He comes out there when usually have a pitch in mind of what I want to throw next. He's on the same path as me. He puts down that pitch right away.
Head coach Mike Cummins definitely has trust in their rapport on the field.
I just think with those two guys in the game, it's like, okay, here we go. We got our best two guys out there. Whatever happens, happens.
And if you don't believe Mark and Corey are on the same page, just ask them what Corey's best pitch is.
Fastball.
No, man, I love my fastball.
Best pitch is by far his fastball because he could locate it and it's just, he pounds the zone, you know?
There's been some innings where I throw nothing but fastballs.
Both players said they'd like to continue their baseball careers after graduating. One thing's for sure, their relationship will continue on in the record books. At San Francisco State University, I'm John Wilson, State of Events.
SF State Baseball is not the only team on campus breaking school records. Track and field senior Hillary King is making history of her own. She has spent the past 4 years on San Francisco State track and field team and has made her name one that will be hard to forget. 5.86 is not only a best for long jumper Hillary King, but a new record for San Francisco State. Breaking records has become routine for King as she has broken her personal record 3 times this season. Her hard work and dedication has paid off. Even her teammates have noticed her improvements over the course of the year.
She's gotten a lot stronger ever since like the beginning of the season when we started like our regular off season and preseason, and then like even in like her jumps and her sprints, like every day she's really pushing herself and doing like her repetition that she needs to actually break school record 100 times.
Well, I've seen her gain a lot of confidence in herself, especially like being like the oldest on the team, and like, you know, she has to step up a lot, and also like breaking 3 records 3 different times this whole season. I think like that's just a big improvement because I've never heard of that. Since this was Hillary's last year at San Francisco State, she wanted to go out making her mark. I spoke with her about what she's been focusing on this season and how it felt for her to break the school record.
I'm really proud of myself. It means a lot. I never thought I could get 19 feet. Jumping 18 feet in high school was like, oh, okay, but you know, 19 feet was a really big deal. It's just really exciting. A lot of hard work. We did a lot of hard workouts this year that I will never forget and also never do again.
The workouts might have been hard, but they've helped Hillary get where she is today. With 1 meet left, she's fighting for a spot at Nationals.
Watching long jump at Nationals last year, those girls were amazing and just really focused and really serious, but they were literally jumping couple inches farther than me. It's not even that much. So I mean, now it's just like being serious and focusing on what I've been doing for the past 17 years. So it's just a big deal.
If Hillary makes it to Nationals, this will be her 2nd appearance, but first for an individual event. She also told me she's excited to have her mom and dad there to support her along the way. That's all for sports. I'm Ashley Keene. Back to you guys.
All right, Ashley, a world without the Kardashians. Some would consider that a luxury, but one app wants to make it free. Cardblock is an application for your Google Chrome browser. Once installed, it will make any mention of the reality family disappear. Chameleon.la says any mention of Kim, Khloe, Kourtney, and the others won't show up in your news feeds. The app is still in development, and there's no word when it will be available to the public. The company says they are also working on a similar product to block Justin Bieber.
That's all for State of Events this week. We'll be back with more in a couple of months.
Until then, you can catch us on ksfsmedia.net. I can't promise there won't be some Kardashians there, though. Thanks for joining us.
You don't like the Kardashians?
They're okay. I am sad that they're American.